Hi guys, welcome back to 2D Design on the Computer. Today we're going to learn how to use the Shape Builder tool and create a more complicated grid with shapes inside of it. Okay, let's get started. So first we're going to go back to our rectangle tool again, and we're going to create a square. Now we're going to deselect our square by clicking off of it. We're going to come over here to the line segment tool. We're going to click on the anchor, hold down and drag it until it reaches the other anchor and let go. And then the same process, click, hold down, hover, drag, and let go. And now we have two line segments within our square. We're going to go over to the selection tool. We're going to select all of the objects. Then we're going to come over to the Shape Builder tool. We're going to click on it, and as you can see, there's a mesh grid of each one of the triangles now. If we click on them, it activates the triangles, so we can now go in and individually edit each individual triangle, whereas prior we would not be able to do this. So let me just show you prior what it would be like. See, all right, let's deselect it, line segment tool. Okay, great. Now we're going to come to our direct selection tool, and as you can see here, if I click on the path, because there is no fill, if there is a fill you can just click on that filled area and the triangle highlight. If not, you need to click on the path, and you can see that just this triangle is being highlighted. Same with this, it is just being highlighted. Now if we go over to this square with triangles inside, if we try to click on it, you can see it will just create our highlight, select the line segment, or it will just select the square, which we do not want for this part of the tutorial. So let's get rid of this square that we do not want, and we will go back to our square that we do want. So we're going to come over, and now we're going to click on the individual squares. Okay, and if you double click again on the fill color, it will allow you to pick a color and it will fill it in. Now, since we already made our color swatch, what we're going to do now is we're going to Command Z to undo, and we're going to go over to our color swatch, which we've already grouped together and is highlighted. We're going to Command C to copy it, and we're going to Command V to paste it. We're going to put this off to the side now, and we're going to go back to our direct selection tool. We're going to click on our square. We're going to go over to the eyedropper tool, and we're going to fill in the colors in our square with triangles inside of it. Okay, so we're just going to repeat this process. All right, there we go. Okay, so direct selection tool, the path, eyedropper tool, new color, there we go, direct selection tool, new path to highlight it, eyedropper tool, and new color. All right, great. So now we have our individual colors here. So what we're going to do is select this whole entire object. We're not going to group it right now because maybe we're going to change the colors later. We're going to bring this off to the side. Now we're going to go and create another rectangle. I'm going to undo that because I wasn't at the top there. All right, and we're going to cover our whole artboard. We're going to change the color to white so it's less distracting. You can keep it that color. It won't really make a difference, but for me, I prefer to have it on white. Okay, and then we're going to go up to objects again. And one quick thing, make sure your rectangle is selected. Go to objects, click on it, and then come down to path, and you're going to go to split into grid again, and then this time we're going to do 6 rows and 4 columns. All right, there we go. Perfect. Great. Now we're going to come back over to our layers panel here, and we are going to see if we can locate our rectangle. Okay, we're going to group this together so it's easier to find. Okay, group. Okay, now it should be grouped. And as you can see now over here in the layers panel, it is grouped under one layer. So as you see, if I click on this layer, it will turn it on and off, and it's much easier to find. Okay, and we see that this is now in front of our other square here with rectangles. So we're just going to bring this down. We're going to drag it down so it's at the bottom. So when we go to copy and paste this square, it will appear on top of our grid. All right, here we go. So let's close down our layers panel or minimize it. We're going to go back to our square. We're going to select the whole square. We are going to drag it over and match it to our grid. And we are going to go down and make sure it is fitting inside of the grid. Now, something new we're going to learn is you hold Option and you click on the center and you drag it down, and it will duplicate the image or the object. Now, if you want to mass duplicate it, so I just held down Option, clicked on the center anchor, and dragged. Now, if I want to duplicate that action, all I have to do is hit Command D, and it will duplicate the last action that you did. So if I clicked off and I did something else, it will duplicate that action, not the action of moving it. So again, hold Option down, click the center, drag it over, line it up. Now, if I duplicate this, it will just bring it to the side. Command D to duplicate. So hold down, drag, make sure it's in line. Oop. I don't think I was clicking on the center there. There we go. You need to be clicking on the center or the anchor. Okay, and then duplicate. This makes it much easier than copying and pasting because it puts it in the same exact order or space. Okay, hold it down, drag it. Great. So I can, now I'm just going to bring it down one more time so I don't have to make as much work. And then Command D, duplicate. Great. Option, hold it down, hit the anchor, drag it over, match it up. Great. And then I'm going to do it one more time. Option, drag it. Great. And now I'm going to Command D to duplicate. Great. Now all of our squares are duplicated. And if you hit the direct selection tool, you can see that we can still individually change each shape because we did not group them together. So what we're going to do is, because I don't want this to be creating a pattern, I want it to be a little more abstract, we are going to go to the eyedropper tool, and I had one of my triangles selected, and we're going to click it and change their colors. And we're just going to repeat this process. So we just break up the pattern a little bit here. All right. Okay, and remember, I'm going to the direct selection tool, I'm clicking on the triangle, going to the eyedropper tool, clicking on it, and then clicking the desired color. Okay. Right. Now, all right, I'm going to just keep doing a couple more, but I think you guys kind of got the idea of how to change this. All right. All right, so we can just go through and change it and break up the pattern so it looks a little more abstract, I guess. And it should have all of the different values within this grid. Okay, great. Now I'm going to show you the next section of how to do an image trace image and replace those 6 colors in an image. All right, see you in the next tutorial.